Howdy, everybody. Back for our sixth installment of the horizontal stabilizer video series. In this video, I am putting together the forward horizontal stabilizer. There's a doubler on that particular spar, and then there's also what they call spar caps. That's what the number 40 clecos are holding onto the side there. What I'm doing there is just covering up the holes with tape just to make sure I'm not stupid and put a rivet in something that's not supposed to be there. And you can see me double checking the plans. It's like, where am I supposed to be? How many holes do I count over? And that's pretty much what you have to do. It's like, oh, it's the third one from the left, you know, center hole, and then you kind of count over and you're like, oh, okay, it's that one. That's the one I need to make sure I don't rivet. And then all I'm doing here is putting in the right rivets. Because there's that doubler there and the end pieces also have the cap on them, you use some pretty big rivets. I forget what they were. They were either 4-7s or 4 dash, it might have been 4-8s. I'm not sure exactly what they were, but they were pretty doggone big ones. That's me just getting the squeezer set. The squeezer is really nice. Once it's set, I mean, it takes the first rivet, it takes a time or two. You get pretty good at it. But once it's set, you just kind of plug along and you can just go. It's really nice. There we go. And now, if you'll notice, I'm just cleaning up the holes there, just making sure they fit right. And then clecoing, squeezing them, making sure they fit right. And on that spar, there are flush head rivets and the 470, the ones that have the shop head on them. Oh, there's management. Oh, you just seeing, making sure I was doing my job. But the flush rivets, you got to make sure they're set. I did do a video on how to correct or set flush head rivets correctly. So feel free to check that out. It's on my site there. And I actually did it on this particular piece. So these videos are now catching up to the other video I did. But the flush head rivets are in the spar because it kind of butts up against the frame of the plane. The empennage section of the plane has some bolts that go through there, and you don't want them sticking out or getting in the way. So you use the flush head rivet so it fits nice and tight against the brackets on the empennage to hold that horizontal stabilizer on the plane itself. But once you're out of the way of those, you use the regular rounded over 470 and 470 shop head rivets for everything else, basically, on the spar. And what's nice is you set the clecos every other one, and then you could set the rivets for each of the spaces that you have there. And once those rivets are in, they become what holds the thing together. So you take out all the rivets and then fill them all in with take out all the clecos and then fill them in with rivets and then move kind of right across the board there. I'm using the regular 3-inch yoke on the squeezer for this, and that's why you see me flip that around, because the pressing part of that squeezer fits around the edge of the spar. I did get a new yoke that will actually work one way or the other, and it has it's called a longeron yoke, or a forget, a fairing yoke. I forget what they call it, but it's a little bit deeper and it can get around those no matter which way you do it. But with that 3-inch yoke, you kind of have to have the pushing part on the side that has the ledge. As far as jokes go, since I've been doing jokes. My girls don't like my jokes. Um, but I do have a joke, and you can tell me if it's a good joke or not. My friend told me they couldn't afford their water bill, so I sent them a get well soon card. My wife liked that joke, or my daughter liked that joke. Ah, but anyways, so feel free to comment any jokes that you think might be funnier, and I can share them in later videos. So now I'm doing the actual spar caps. I'm riveting those on, and again, there's a section in the middle that has flush head rivets. There's like 9 of them in the middle there, and that's because they fit on either the empennage or the vertical stabilizer. They kind of get sandwiched in between the vertical stabilizer and the empennage itself. And then here's me unpacking the nose ribs and the ribs for the vertical stabilizer. There are a bunch of them, and it takes a long time to deburr them. In the next video, I think you might see me deburring them here. Yeah, cleaning out the holes, um, and then deburring them. In the next video, I kind of skip a lot of the deburring because you guys have seen that a million times. Well, you've seen it like 14 times because I have like 14 videos out there. But deburring is all the same. Deburr the edges, make sure they're nice and smooth so you don't cut yourself and it doesn't, put holes in the skins and stuff. And that's pretty much it. So I do delete a bunch of the deburring. I think I have the start and the finish of the deburring, and then I go straight into painting them. So you don't get a whole lot of this in the next video. But that's pretty much it. I'll leave you with that, and have fun as always. Let me know what you think. Talk to you later. Bye.